Broadcasting from the business capital of the world, this is the Podcast Business News Network. Now, welcome back, everybody. This seems to be on the minds of many of us in recent times, and that is our food supply. More and more we hear that our food is tainted with pesticides. We gravitate toward organic food. Wouldn't it be, side note here, wouldn't it be wonderful if we didn't have to spend more and seek out organic? But we do. And we wonder what's going on with our food and why many of us are ill. It is traced back through science for many to our food supply. We're going to talk about that today and bring in here somebody who has his finger on the pulse of that for literally decades. He's got a company that has delicious and healthy Greek foods and goes much deeper than that. It's so wonderful to have him back here. Tassos Chronopoulos from Tassos.com joins us here on the program. Sir, welcome back. How are you doing today?
Pretty good. Nice to hear your voice.
Wow.
The weather has changed so much, you never know if it's summer or winter,
Well, you know what? Thank you. And it's nice to hear my own voice because I had acute laryngitis for over a week and a half. And I'm gonna share. We had talked about your virgin olive oil and your regimen of taking it in the morning and at night, just a spoonful. I started doing that. And I did that when I had laryngitis. And part of me says that's why I recovered so fast. I really, really mean that. I'm like, the doctor said you won't be talking for a long time and might need therapy. That was 9 days ago. I'm back and everything's great.
So you sound great.
Thank you. Yeah, I'm getting there. It's all good. Are you concerned about our food supply here in the United States and the world at this point in time?
The answer is yes. It's there are many issues that come to mind as of late. A lot of the agricultural products come from Europe or from Africa, and also here in the United States. And the farmers have found a way to fight the all kinds of things surrounding the area where their vegetables grow by spraying them. But the spray is chemical stuff, which gets into the product. If it's olives, if it is anything, tomatoes, cucumbers, and rather than doing other things to fight to be against, the fruit flies, because this is the biggest problem that they have. What I have done is, in the perimeter of the olive grove, I have voice reactors where they call the fruit fly and they kill it rather than spraying the olive groves with chemicals. We are doing a lot of things, when you pollute the air, that's where the pollution goes. It covers also the agriculture farms. So what we are trying to do is that we have to be sure that the areas, the agricultural areas, are not affected by chemicals. We even when the equipment that you use in the factory produce there, with gas, they also pollute the air surrounding the product, the agricultural product. So it is very important. It used to be we used to say you are what you are eating. A lot of people are getting cancer from food and drinks that they are not treated properly. We do have the food industry must be responsible, not to make a lot of money, but to provide the consumer with quality product that is good health for them, provides I'm 84 years old. I'm still at work, and my secret is olive oil. One little spoon in the morning, one at night, and that cleans up your veins, helps your heart, helps your memory, it helps you be, healthy.
I love it, and I have to tell you, when you first told me about that, how important it is and how good for you it is. And I'm not selling anything here. This is not the purpose of being here. It's just sharing information and knowledge and opinions. I thought to myself, what can a spoon of olive oil do for you? And after we started talking about it and even looking at the bottle, there's 120 calories in just one spoon. So to me, it says there's a lot going on there. And also, if you were to take medicine, it probably would be a teaspoon or a tablespoon. And that's what this was many, many, many years ago, right?
Yes. And you know what? The key in our way of pressing the olives, first of all, we remove the pit out of the olive. And all you have then is olive juice, the juice that comes out of the olive. There are many other olive oils that they are produced, but to be an extra virgin olive oil, the oleic acidity on the olive oil would be up to 0.1 to 1%. Our olive oil, if you look at the label, is between 0.2 to 0.5. So everything, you have to start thinking about how you produce a product without giving the consumer something for you to make money rather than something for him to receive, enjoy, and be healthy. You can fry with olive oil. You can use it in all your foods, if it is. But stay away from vegetable and seed oil. Do not touch this stuff. They are bad for your health.
Why is it so bad? I've heard that corn oils and all of those types of oils, the perception is that it's coming from nature. It's coming from a plant, if you will.
No, it does. But when you start spraying it with all these chemicals, because you want to protect them, they absorb the chemicals, and that's what you have in your food.
Gotcha.
You can if you go and see how the farmer is taking care of the field, is just spraying it back and forth with chemicals.
Gotcha. Okay. So
they're doing the same thing. I can go farther with that. They're doing the same thing with the animals, with the chicken, with the cows. They give them chemicals to grow up fast and hormones, so they can put them in the marketplace. You have to be sure when, for instance, you are asking for lamb, how was this lamb was fed? Did it touch the grass on the field, or somebody gave them food to eat? Because the foods that we are giving to our animals are full of chemicals. The reason that we have all this illness in the past 20, 30 years, especially cancer, is because the food has chemicals.
It's mind-blowing to know that what we're eating, even when we think we're eating something healthy, like fruits, like vegetables, that we could be doing harm to our bodies because of what's been done to the food.
Absolutely. You have to ask the question. You go into a hot dog joint, a restaurant, and you say, I want French fries. Your first question is, what oil did you use to fry the potatoes? Because if it's vegetable or seeds, whatever they have inside them, they give it to the potato.
Yep. Well, I've heard this recently, that in the United States, there are 17 different chemicals in a French fry. 17, fast food, fast food restaurant, you get fries, it's 17 different chemicals. If you go to the UK, it's 3. They only allow 3. Well, it's scary when you think about it.
The reason that people are talking about Mediterranean food being healthy is because none of these countries used to have chemicals. It was Greece, Italy, Spain. They never had the technology, but now everyone has it. You know, and if you do not force upon them, upon your olive growers or your farmers, your the people that they have, the goats and the sheep and the cows, not to give them chemically treated food, but allow them to go into the farm and eat whatever green they have put on the ground, you are going to have a problem with health. And this is something that no one is paying attention, because the big pharma and the big companies don't care. They're just making money.
What will you, based on everything that you've seen, the research, your background, what would you never eat? What are some things that, Tassos, I'm not eating that.
I have ended, to be honest with you, eating only fish.
Only fish?
Yeah, because even the ocean is more, it has been molested by the human being. They are the only ones that they do not have olive oil. They do not have, down deep in the ocean. They do not have chemicals. It's just crazy the way I'm talking to you about. But you see, if you go into the categories of the people having illness, it's always, the stomach, ulcers, blah, 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 chemical, blood pressure, all this stuff are affecting the human being. My mission in getting into this business was to give to the American consumer a product that is clean of any chemicals, artificial coloring, preservative.
I have to tell you, when I bought your olive oil, and this has, again, I'm not pitching anything, I'm not selling anything. There's other olive oils out there on the market. I felt very confident and also empowered that I was getting a product that's pure and clean and good for me. I haven't felt that in the longest time. When we eat something, it's almost like we're rolling dice, like we're at a casino. Like, well, hope it's good for me. Don't really have a choice. Need to eat something. It's comforting to know that you care about what you sell. It really is.
It's if you don't want anything wrong to happen to your children, why would you go out by eating food? I don't care if it is McDonald's, whatever it is. Why would you go out and give to the consumer food that is not healthy?
Right.
Our olives, our olive oils, our fig marmalade, or whatever we do, it has to be all natural. Nothing in there that we do not trust as far as its natural ingredient to be part of this product.
What is your favorite thing to eat outside of olive oil? What is it? Outside of olive oil, and fish is one thing, and I get that. I don't eat fish, and I know I should. I had a bad experience many years ago. And side note, I have a friend. I was at a party with him, a networking event. Yeah. Last week, he had sea bass. He got food poisoning. He's still dealing with it, like 6 days later. It could happen anywhere with any type of food, but I had the same experience. I take fish oil, and I buy a brand that I feel is pure, but I got to get back into seafood. But outside of that, what are some of your favorite things to eat?
I eat meat a lot. But
okay.
It is like chicken, but or lamb. but I always investigate how these animals were fed. Uh, you cannot become a prisoner because you're fanatic with one idea. But the thing that is happening now here, you spoke about fish, but we have polluted the oceans too.
Well, then there's that. Sure.
All the way to Alaska, we have done that, and nobody gives a damn. The as I have said many times, this planet that's called Earth was not created by nothing else but by nature, and it took centuries and centuries for the human species to show up. So we have to realize, for God's sake, that we have to respect this planet. We cannot change the chemistry of the planet. We cannot change the way products are grown because we just want a lot, and that's how we can make the money. No, let's get what the nature allows us and take care of it without using chemicals.
Yes, sir. It does not compute in my mind how anybody, and call it a company, but the company is run by people, how you could knowingly be spraying food that people are eating that's making them sick, and then go to make money off of that. Yeah, sure, we all need to make a living. I don't know how anybody can do that. I really don't. These people.
FDA has to get involved so that
Yes.
whatever comes to this country by boat, by plane, by whatever, is clean before it's given to the grocery store chains. FDA must be in every manufacturer that is making any product, including fish food, so that everyone understands that they cannot poison the human beings anymore by making, for instance, in Europe, they raise fish in, they take an area, they put nets around it, and they put the fish in there, and the fish grows not naturally, without going through all the pollutants that are on the sea. So what you're going to eat is fresh and it's clean. And being crazy as I am, I am asking the Greek restaurant in Chicago, from where is the fish came from? When they say to me from Greece, now if the fish that is coming from Greece or Italy or wherever it's coming from was checked by FDA, then there will not be a poisoned fish in your plate. Because most of the fish that we eat in the United States is coming from abroad, from South America or from Europe.
And you're spot on with the FDA. And that was, to my point about the French fries before. How does this government allow 17 chemicals in a French fry, but when you go to the UK, pick anywhere else in the world, where they govern differently, there's a reason there's only 3 chemicals in the UK. And side note, our pets that we love, they're part of our family. Right. There is zero regulation for their food. They can put anything in pet food right now in the United States.
Right.
And it's crazy that it's okay.
Totally crazy. And you know what? They allowed, the promotion of all the other oils to say you cannot cook with olive oil. That's a lie. You can. You can fry. You can do anything you want to with olive oil. It behaves the same way. But it's clean. Obviously, if the olive growers do not spray their trees.
Wow.
And this is why we have all these agencies here to take care of things that they come to the country and be damn sure that whatever they allow to come to the marketplace is clean and is good for the human being.
Love it. I truly, truly enjoy talking with you and just learning so much about what's going on within our foods. And I remember we talked a few weeks ago about your journey to the United States and how music influenced you. I'll never forget it. I really won't. With some of the crooners, like Frank Sinatra, right?
Yeah, it's the best ambassador of the United States that the entire world is watching is our music here, the way we dress, the blue jean, and and that's how basketball became an international game. It started here in the United States. Now they are trying to get the football to play in Europe, especially in England, by having the teams go and play over there and excite the British people about the game. We can affect the whole world. I was in love with the American music, and also something that I'm still doing today, because I was born in 1940. I marvel the Marines when they came to Greece and marched in front of the Monument of the Unknown to free us from the Germans, from the Nazis. So there are things that the world admires about the United States of America, because it was the United States that was sending food overseas for people to eat in a little small box with some biscuits in it and chewing gum. So I owe everything to this country, to my classmates, to the universities that I went to, and to the people. And to date, I'm not trying to pat myself on the back, but we have thousands of military people that they were hurt in the various wars that we had, even in Iraq, and nobody gives a damn about them. I am involved with that, just like I'm involved with the American Indian who needs education. So we have to care about our people and think about them, and if we have a chance to help them, to help them. And the mission of this company is to do something good for the American consumer. If it is our olives, our olive oil, I mean, I was the first one to pit an olive. So because I was concerned that if a kid 18 or 70 years old has an olive with a pit and breaks his tooth, what will he do the rest of his life with a false tooth? So there are things that they help me become a bit different, than other people in this industry.
I've learned from you that the perception of the United States is we're looked at, on a pedestal in many regards from other countries. We do have the UK and English artists here. Of course, the Beatles, made that big impression back in the early 60s and on and on and on.
Yeah.
But when you think about it, you don't see artists from other countries in the United States becoming huge. But you could go to Japan. Bruce Springsteen will be playing there. You could go to Australia. There'd be another artist playing there from the United States. It's amazing.
Let me tell you something. Louis Armstrong, when I was a kid, came to Greece and played, and Dizzy Gillespie played in front of the King and Queen at the theater. Later, in the years when I came here with a scholarship to go to Louisiana Tech, which is in Austin, Louisiana, he came to play at the school, but he was not allowed to stay at the Holiday Inn across the street from the hotel. He had to go to a different town next to Austin, because that was all a black town. And I was saying to myself, my God, this guy came and sing in front of the King and the Queen of Greece, and he cannot stay at Roston's Holiday Inn, where everyone from foreign students or whatever used to come. It was a little difficult for me to accept, just like it was for the school to accept a foreign student. At the time, there were a lot of people that were coming in there to study petroleum engineering, but they will not accept a black student. I'm talking about now the early 60s, whose father served at the army, the parents paid the taxes, and here you are coming from a different country, and you are allowed to go to a university without saying, hey, you cannot stay around here in the dormitory or anything else. But they would not even allow them at the time to become to enroll in the school. So Grambling, it was right next door. The town of Grambling, Louisiana, it was right next door to Roston. And that's where a person with global respect for his music had to go and stay, and not at the Holiday Inn across the street from Louisiana Tech in Roston, Louisiana. Now things have changed. Now the Louisiana Tech has become a university. They accepted all black, yellow, whatever people are. But I'm talking about in the 60s now, not now. So things are changing, and hopefully for the better. But we have to realize that we have a lot of hard work to do to get people back to where they're supposed to be.
Absolutely. And thank you for sharing the story about Louis Armstrong. I had no idea. It's hard to even fathom. And a lot of that racial divide, sadly, is still going on in our country today. Tassos, great having you here. I want to share with everybody, if you want to see some of these great products, TASSOS.com is the website. And always wonderful talking with you. I love your energy and your passion for food and doing the right thing. And looking forward next time we get together.
Thank you so much. Stay well.
You too.
Use some of this.
I have the oil on my countertop, and I'll be hitting that before bed tonight. Absolutely. Okay. All right. We'll talk soon.
Nice talking to you.
You too.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you.
Broadcasting from the business capital of the world, this is the Podcast Business News Network.
Hi, this is Terry Crews, actor, former football player, game show host, father of 5, and all-around big dude. I'm also an expert on drama. I know all kinds of drama. There's the good kind that comes with having a house full of kids. There's the bad kind like season-ending injuries. There's the necessary kind like having an agent in Hollywood. And there's silly drama like the drama around my percolating pectorals. And then there's the drama you can skip.
Skip the drama that comes with not having your high school diploma or equivalency. Find free adult education classes near you and finish your high school diploma. Visit finishyourdiploma.org.
Or text diploma to 97779. Message and data rates may apply. Reply stop to opt out. That's diploma to 97779. And leave the drama to actors like me.
Brought to you by the Dollar General Literacy Foundation and the Ad Council.